I'll tell you what I think.
Thanks, Han Solo. Today, the Solo trailer finally dropped. I'm James Rosile, joined with Andrew Fantasia from across the pond. We both saw the Solo trailer. Brock would be here right now, but he is hosting a Super Bowl party, so we did not want to take him away from his festivities, his duties, and whatnot. He's probably throwing some trash away because this is late at night. We saw the trailer hours ago. I swear we're not pre-recording this whatsoever. Andrew, the trailer dropped. I did a reaction. You can watch it on this channel. You reacted in your own way by sending me a text message.
Yes, and it said, "Oh my God, did you see that cheerleader? She was cute."
I got to point out that so in Canada, if you watch it on the Canadian channel, you don't get the American ads, and I had it on the Canadian channel, unbeknownst to any of us, and so the trailer was a little bit later for me to watch, but I did see it. I did a reaction as soon as I could and put it up, and a lot of you messaged me, "Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it?" So Andrew, I want to start with you before I get into my thoughts, because I'm on record as saying #3rd best Star Wars film. What did you think of the Solo trailer?
The first thing that pops into my mind, James, is that damn music. I thought it was really cool. I don't know if that is our John Williams Han Solo theme. I don't think it is, because it doesn't sound like a John Williams piece. But from the first viewing all the way up, I think I watched it like 5 times now. Like right from the get-go, that was the thing that stuck with me. And it's been a few minutes since I watched it, and I've been playing Zelda, so I have that music in my head now, so I can't like replicate it with my mouth.
You like Zelda? I didn't know.
I know, right? Breaking news.
Yeah.
But there's something about it, like when the percussion started ramping up right at that point where we see Emilia Clarke, and just like the music really got me, and I was like, damn, this feels cool. This feels badass. I was expecting fun, but I was not expecting like badass, and we got that, and I liked it.
I think tomorrow, I don't know whether or not there's still something on Good Morning America. I have no idea. But I want to get you, Brock, and Josh. I want all of us to get together, Rob as well. Because Josh, because Ron Howard on New Year's Day posted the picture from inside the pod car, because that's what it's the inside of. But it was very purple and red and pink and very colorful. Now in this trailer, that color is muted. It is very gray. And because we saw that shot in the teaser, if you remember. And so I want to have all of us on tomorrow to discuss that. Also, before we go on, guys, if it does drop tomorrow, I want to see your reactions to this or the long one, whichever one. Send your reactions, rebelscumbags@gmail.com. We will put together a compilation video with everyone's reactions that we can to it. So, Andrew, you better have recorded yours. I know you did. And I want to put it together. And I want to see. We'll have fun with it, because, like I said, #3rd best Star Wars film. I've been excited for this movie for a while. I know a lot of people. On the day before my birthday last year, they fired the directors. The directors were fired. It was also Brock's birthday, and we were both like, well, let's spend it talking about this. And we spoke about this at length with Josh. He joined us for a flying casual, and we spoke about it. And my spirits were a bit dampened at first. And then I did a high ground on it, where I talked about, Kasdan wrote this script because this was his favorite character. We've had this conversation on the last Flying Casual that you and I did also, which was about this teaser that we've now finally seen. And, watching this, somebody wrote, let me find his name. I don't want to throw him under the bus, because this is his feelings, and they're probably fine.
It was Jared Leto.
Jared Leto said, not my Joker. Jay Alexander gave it a 5 out of 10. And I said, really? And he goes, just an honest, real first reaction. Still going to see it, just not getting that Star Wars feel. Now, in the reaction video I did with Erin, she said, this is like the Hunger Games. So does this, music aside, does it look like a Star Wars film?
I think it does. I think it looks like what we saw in this trailer looks like Rogue One. And I say that because of what you just brought up, is the muted color scheme. There was a lot of smoke in this trailer, and I wasn't expecting that. There's a lot of like monochrome shots of like a ship or somebody standing near a ship with just smoke and silhouettes, and that's a very Rogue One-y thing. With Solo, I was expecting something a bit brighter, a bit more Force Awakens-y, maybe not as candy-colored as The Force Awakens, but something along those lines. But this was very, very dark and smoky. But I remember hearing Erin say the Hunger Games thing when I saw your reaction. I didn't see that. I don't know. Maybe like I've only seen each Hunger Game.
It was more so the train. More so the train, and the Hunger Games are going on the train. Yeah. So I'll say this: I absolutely loved the trailer, the teaser. It's definitely a teaser, but I loved everything they did about it. I'm very curious to hear what the people that didn't like The Last Jedi. I'm curious to hear what they have to say about it, and I'm curious. I'm just curious overall what the feelings are towards this trailer, because I thought it was very well put together, and I will say it felt worth the wait. It did feel like an event, almost like we're like, okay, we're going to get this trailer in the middle of the event, sporting event, of the year. We're going to get this trailer. I really need to see it. Now, I have heard, I did not see the Jurassic World trailer yet. I'm going to right after we record this. I heard that one is a phenomenal trailer as well. But I hope
it's better than the first one, because I did not like that.
The first one was underwhelming. I will definitely say it was underwhelming. I started liking it, and there's a point where I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We'll go back to Solo. On the train now, on that very train, I brought up to you before we started recording, because I didn't really want to know what you thought so much about it until we did this video. But I said, is that a Pike on the train? Because, the Lego leaks kind of show a Pike, and then it's the same name that's been associated with Danny Newton. So is that coined together? But you have another idea for the character, for the creature on the train.
Well, yeah, the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, it looks like a samurai Boba Fett kind of thing. And I think that's Woody Harrelson he's fighting. I don't know, that he had goggles, so it was hard to tell who he was fighting on the train. I
tried to freeze frame it, but I honestly, like, the time between we've seen the trailer and doing this video has been very brief. So we'll do probably a breakdown at one point, but I could not tell who it was either on when I paused it, because it's like blurry in motion.
Yeah, I think it was Woody, but I could be, who knows. But that samurai person who he was fighting looked like there's an EU character going back in the day now. And the only reason I know this character is because I used to buy those the Star Wars miniatures collectible game. Most of my disposable income during high school went
really?
That. Yeah, you're welcome, Wizards of the Coast. You're welcome. You're rolling in dough now because of me. And there was a character. There was a super rare character that I remember getting, and he was an Old Republic character named Mandalore the Indomitable, and he was the Mandalorian equivalent, more or less, of like Genghis Khan. He was like the dude who made the Mandalorians into this warrior caste thing culture that they had, and he looked a lot like what we saw on that train. So that was what was kind of running through my head in terms of that person. But I don't know about you, but that whole sequence to me on the train reminded me of that level of Shadows of the Empire. That's all I was thinking of.
Yes, definitely. And we did a year ago, on February 2nd, February 2nd, we did our Shadows of the Empire podcast, which was our first one to get over 1,000 views. Thank you. You're definitely right. It has that. Leland Cheese said, "Look, we're going to get a lot of EU characters coming in the next few months," and Shadows of the Empire is a very, very famous piece of EU. I mean, it's not the Thrawn trilogy, but people love it. It was an experience. It was, comics, video games, books. There's a soundtrack for it. And, if you're going to pick from anything, especially Han Solo, who is not in that, there's a place to go right there. There's things in that you're like Prince Shizor. Bring him, obviously I'm not saying he's going to be in this movie because he's not. But I think I would love to see what you just said is very intriguing to me. I really hope Danny Newton is the villain in this movie. I think she would play a great villain. We got a little snippet of Emilia Clarke, a little snippet of Woody Harrelson, maybe more if he is in fact the guy on the train. What do you think of those two snippets? Anything, or just kind of like, cool, they're in it?
Woody Harrelson, it was funny because he didn't look like a Star Wars guy. He just looked like Woody Harrelson standing out in the snow in like a big coat
with hair.
That looked like the day that he rapped, and like Ron was like, "Thanks, Woody," and Woody's like, "Yeah, no problem." He's just like going home. The Emilia Clarke thing, obviously, like Andrew loves Emilia Clarke. Andrew wants to marry Emilia Clarke, so seeing her on screen, she's beautiful. I love her. I think this is such a weird little thing to focus on, but I think this is the first time since like Padme, because I'm pretty sure Padme was doing this, but this is the first time in Star Wars since then that we have seen earrings. Am I wrong? Earrings is not a thing Leia has ever rocked. If my memory serves me right.
She might have had him in New Hope, but they were covered in buns. So
yeah.
Huh. You know, I'm not that observant on earrings. That's not something that I look toward. Now every time I watch a movie, I'm going to be like, Ray's got earrings on.
Andrew was right. Illuminati
Andrew was right.
Confirmed.
That's our Andrew right there. I have to say, I hashtag third best Star Wars film. I was completely in love with this one. But I understand if people felt a little underwhelmed on it because, look, tomorrow is the day away, and we don't know if we're going to get an extra 2 minutes tacked onto this on Good Morning America or not. I don't think that's actually. I think it's been internet confirmed. I don't know if it's been legitimately confirmed or not. The trailer certainly did not tell us that, which I suspected it wouldn't because of NBC, ABC, and whatnot. Lando Calrissian obviously has a moment in this, but it's not unlike Woody Harrelson or Emilia Clarke's presence in this. It's one shot, but it is an awesome shot. And you're just like, I'm in. And he's not wearing, baby blue Lando. He's wearing a nice fur coat Lando. And what do you think of that image of him?
That was, well, obviously I've been waiting to see Lando for so long. And I went apeshit when I saw that. And I think, again, going back to the earring thing, this might be the first time we've seen a person in a fur coat. I could be wrong.
The original Jabba.
He was just wearing like a Wookiee pelt the whole time. Maybe there was fur on Canto Bight. I feel like maybe somebody was rocking it there and we missed it. But yeah, he looked great. He looked really. He was up to something. That smile on his face was like quasi-villainous. Like he's up to something there. I was stoked for Lando. Obviously,
I'm really interested to see what direction they take Lando in this. Are they going to play into the Empire Strikes Back? I'm sure he's forgotten about that Han says to Chewie, and whatever the hell Chewie says, we have no idea. I mean, you kind of hope that him and Han are friends, but does he turn on Han? Obviously, Han and the Falcon, and speaking of the Falcon, the interior of the clean Falcon was, I was like, the exterior of the Falcon wasn't really there, though.
Just like for a tiny bit, there was like one, I think one flying shot or something.
Which is something that I was thinking about because they've changed the look of the Falcon, right? I mean, it has the blue on it, which we talked about this a bit. And so are they like, well, we'll show the inside and that it's new. But are they like, we don't want to show too much of the outside yet because people will be like, well, what the hell? That's not the Falcon. Because that's like the Falcon's a character. The Falcon is like, the Falcon and Chewie are like this in terms of character, like it's identifiable. Would you have liked to see more of the Falcon in this one?
No, I think we got 2 exterior and 1 interior shots. I think that's perfect for a 30-second micro teaser.
45 seconds, Andrew. 45 seconds.
Oh, excuse me. I have jumped.
Actually, I gotta interject here because on the Star Wars YouTube channel, like the minute the trailer dropped, Star Wars app was like, here's a notification, the trailer's up. But on the YouTube, it actually, on the Star Wars one, it actually referred to it as the 45-second Super Bowl spot.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. That's why I know. Well, 45 seconds was also what was leaked earlier in the day, but because of that, the title is, it kind of hints at, well, there's one coming.
Yeah. Well, with in regards to the Falcon, my cousin, we were texting back and forth, and he brought up a good point. He said, like, the Falcon, when it's clean and new, looks so Imperial, and it does. It looks like a shiny Imperial ship. I jokingly, I told him, I was like, yeah, it looks like Camino. It looks like the hallway on Camino. Like, it's so sterile.
It does, yes. We mentioned this before. We mentioned that it was, like, very prequel-y. Like, that was an idea that it could all be very prequel-y.
You know what else is prequel-y? Earrings.
I'm very, this raised a lot of, and we heard Han's voice. And they did not shy away from it. I mean, look, we didn't get a full-on conversation and this and that, but we got Han's voice. What do you want to be? I want to be the best pilot in the galaxy. Like, we got him talking. He's arrogant. Oh, Han, man, it's awesome. I was like, he's like, I'm gonna be a pilot. I'm gonna be the best pilot in the galaxy. I was like, awesome. Yeah. And I love that. Then he shows his face. He's an Imperial. Is he an Imperial? Is he just trying to sneak in there for a job to smuggle something? It was awesome. What do you think? Do you think he's going to be an Imperial off the top, and this is his interview to become bigger in the Academy, or is he smuggling for the Pikes?
I think so. Yeah, I think he'll start off Imperial maybe like 1/4 of the movie. But what did I tell you during our last conversation? Like, this trailer is going to build up to the reveal of Han's face.
Yeah,
and that's exactly right. I love that we even got like through those slits. Like, it looked like he was just standing in front of a window with Venetian blinds or something. Like, that was wicked.
And he's got a cut on his face too.
Yeah, and I think he was at the beginning when like they show him from behind and he's talking to the officer. It looked like he's wearing the hat from Fargo.
I think that was an imperial piece of headwear there. Yeah, I was, and Chewie at the end putting his hand on her. I was like, wow, this is, I don't know. It was I don't know if it's enough to curb the hate that a lot of people felt after The Last Jedi. And I say that as someone who liked The Last Jedi, but who reads comments on this YouTube channel and sees the hate. Now, I really think that that a lot of people actually like The Last Jedi a lot more than hate it. Here we go, comment on that one. But I'm just curious to see if those people are like, oh, okay, this is because this does not look like The Last Jedi in any way. And like you said, I think it did have more of a Rogue One feel, but even then, it still feels a little bit more like it was very different. That pod car, we saw that pod car, which is purple in the pictures, but is muted in this one. It's like gray. Mm-hmm. So very, man, I just, there's so much that I liked about it as a teaser. It made me confident in my optimism for the movie. I still could be a terrible movie, but I've been optimistic on it for a while now, and it didn't make me more optimistic, but it made me say, I mean, how much more optimistic can you be if it's a top 3 Star Wars film? But it made me accept. I'm like, yeah, okay. I think I'm happily optimistic. You know, I think I'm in good hands with this one.
And did you notice, I thought of you right away when I saw this, there was, in that lounge where that woman in the gold was dancing, there were Twi'leks in the crowd.
Were there?
Yeah.
I did not know.
At least one.
I got to watch this trailer. I've seen it far less times than you. I've watched it once and then I paused it the second time. Just on the train scene, to be honest, I paused. I'm going to check that out. I'll give you good eye on that one. But you know what? These one-offs, these spin-off films, they're not afraid to show us the aliens we know. There was a Twi'lek in Rogue One, you know. So it's the sagas, man. It's the sagas. Just give us. How awesome would it be if a Toydarian showed up in this movie?
Oh my God.
I would listen. The one thing I will say is when Han and Chewie are standing back to back at the very, very end, you get the sense that it is little Han Solo, that he is young Han Solo. He is not an adult. He's a boy, I want to say. You know, he looks like a child next to Chewie. Wait, did I say Han Solo looked like a child next to Chewie is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah, he's not in control of the situation yet. Like, just the fact that seeing Chewie put his hand on his back, I feel like that's something older Han, like, you wouldn't see Chewie do that to older Han, not because, you know, they don't get along anymore, but just because older Han probably kind of has his shit together more or less, whereas younger Han, I feel like Chewie would kind of need to be like, hey, relax, kid. Like, we're gonna get out of this.
Oh, I just played the trailer and I saw the Twi'leks dancing. Awesome. I was probably like crying at that point. I'm sorry, I'm looking. That shot of Han underneath the Falcon with like the smoke and everything. Mm. I wonder if that's lots the first time. Yeah, lots of. Well, it's a Ron Howard movie. I don't know what that means. There's a lot of.
It means that at some point in the movie, Tom Hanks is going to ask Han to help him solve a mystery about a really old church, and then it's going to get real.
You know what? That doesn't sound too far-fetched. It does look like the half from Fargo. Man, I'm really excited for this movie. Cannot wait. Anything else you want to mention about this trailer?
I think we're gonna put some bets down right here, right now. I think that judging just from what we saw in those 45 seconds, I'm gonna guess at the plot of this film. All right, and we'll see how close I got. I'm gonna say that Han Solo joins the Imperials. You know, he becomes a pilot, whatever. And then at some point, though, he gets in financial trouble with some dangerous criminal people, and you know he has to do what they say or they will kill him. So he's like, fine, whatever you want, I'll do it. Just, you know, don't kill me. And they say, okay, we want you, like they show him a picture of Amelia Clark, and she's like this rich senator or whatever, and they're like, we want you to rob this woman. She has like jewels or whatever. We want you to rob her home. But the thing is, that woman is like an Imperial senator. So if Han does that, he's going to get in trouble with the Imperials. But if he doesn't do it, he'll be in trouble with Sandy Newton or whoever the criminals are. And Lando's just a wild card in the middle, and God only knows what he's going to be up to yet. But that's my prediction.
I like that.
Robin Amelia Clark.
Okay, I could get down with that. I think. Okay, so I just skimmed through the trailer while you were talking there. Yeah, that seems to match up. I think that shot of Lando is when he loses the Falcon.
Ooh.
The way he's
cool with it.
And also, at the end of the trailer, it says trailer tomorrow. How did I miss that one? My God. It's like it's a trailer for a trailer. So tomorrow there will be a trailer. We'll do this again tomorrow. I'm going to do a reaction on that one too because I just like reacting to Star Wars trailers now. It's going to be phenomenal. So yeah, record your reactions to tomorrow's trailer. Should be great. I'm super pumped for this. I want to, when the movie comes out, we have to revisit this video and your predictions for it. I don't want to give any predictions. I like your prediction a lot. I'm totally 100% down for that. Yeah, because we don't like Amelia Clark's character. Woody Harrelson's character, I guess he's like the father figure, the mentor to Han Solo. So we kind of got that one. Chewie's Chewie. The droid's the droid, but Amelia Clark is the Kira. I don't know. She's the wild card here. We don't know anything. Like we don't know anything about her. We know, as little as we know about Woody Harrelson, we know that he's at least. We know that he is at least Han's mentor. So So you think that she's just going to be someone that he's stealing from?
At first, yeah, but I think they're going to go, and no pun intended here. I think they're going to go the route of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, where she's like a target. Maybe Han is after whatever, stealing whatever her thing is. Lando is trying to steal from her too, but he's working for somebody else. So they're both, competing to get close to this woman so they can steal her stuff and con her. But at the end of the day, like, spoilers for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, she's conning them both.
Oh, yeah. I like that. I like it. And who wrote Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
I don't know, but Frank Oz directed it, and Palpatine was in it. So,
so it's got to be it. All right, let's wrap this up. It's been 20 minutes of everyone's time. Like I said, I'm completely on board with this. Tomorrow's trailer. We're going to do this again tomorrow and talk about that one more in depth. We're going to have a vote of confidence with Rob and Josh talking hopefully about the performance of Han Solo, Alden Ehrenreich's portrayal of Han Solo. But from this, like I said, and I made a point to do it in the reaction too. When Aaron first saw the leaked image of Han, she goes, "That's not Han Solo." And in the reaction when we watched it, I said, "What did you think of Han Solo?" She goes, "Yeah, he looked good." So, look, I think the big question's always been his performance, but I think it's tricky because he doesn't need. I think he just needs to be good because I think we can see past Harrison Ford if the story is good and if he's good in the character that they've written for him. And that's what I think is important. I think if you watch this and you think past Harrison Ford, you think past it all, I think, well, I hope, I shouldn't say I think, because I haven't seen him say anything other than he wants to be the best pilot. But even then, that little bit that I saw, I'm like, I'm on board with this character. Will I believe that he is the exact same person as New Hope Han Solo, or will he be his own Han Solo? I can't say. I also don't know if that'll matter in the long run of things.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got a nice little, I think, 10-year gap between this Han and A New Hope Han. So there's room for growth is the moral of this story.
Absolutely. All right, guys, thanks so much. I'm James Rosita. This is Andrew Fantasia. This has been Parsecs. We will see you first thing in the morning for the Han Solo trailer, because we just talked about the teaser trailer. Have a good night, everybody, and may the force of others be with you.
Scoundrels.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.